Hey guys, we're back. Are we rolling or are we live, Donnie?
We're live.
Live.
Excuse me.
Alright guys, so
Alright.
yeah, that was episode 127.
Yes.
Before we get started here, if you guys can let us know if we look good and sound okay.
Meaning, are we lagging? Is the sound, is everything technically working good?
Technically.
Also, are we just looking good? Man, okay, are we going to open for discussion?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the thing real quick.
Okay.
Also,
So I got some thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some feelings.
Alright. Oh, yeah, you can start.
Okay. All right.
You start.
So, first things first, I was a little confused. I think we were all a little confused as to why, he had to die. But here's my theory, and tell me what you guys think. So, he stops the blast from Jiren. He is clearly low. Well, I guess he's not low on energy because he doesn't run out of energy. But he knows his android barrier isn't going to be able to withstand that blast on its own. So, he gives Vegeta and Goku the android barrier, and then he self-destructs as a way to deflect most of the blast, because he knows if he didn't do that, that was the only way he was going to be able to deflect that blast, is if he self-destructs. It's the only thing he had left that was powerful enough, right? So that deflects a good portion of Jiren's blast so that the android barrier is able to protect Goku and Vegeta. I think that's what happened, right?
Well, there's one other, I think it is that, but I think there's one other idea, is that him putting out the amount of power that was necessary for all those barriers was going to self-destruct him, because it's too much and he's putting out too much at the same time.
No, because
that was just like a theory, because the way that she was like, you're not strong enough. When she kept saying that. So that's the only other maybe.
Okay.
But he yells like he purposely meant to self-destruct.
Yeah, that's why I think it's
I think it was just, that was the only thing he could do that would be strong enough to deflect most of that blast,
to save them.
Just real quick, one thing I just want to get out of the way, because every now and then we don't like episodes, and that's fine. I'm assuming this is going to be one where we don't necessarily all like the episode. And you guys, we watch this with you because we all like sharing opinions. You watch because you like hearing other people's opinions, and we like discussing with you. So just because someone says something that this episode didn't go their way, that's fine. It's an opinion. It's okay. And with that being said, I think Tyler actually makes a good point. I think maybe that is why my first take on this was I didn't like it. I didn't like what I was seeing. And maybe
on the whole
because
episode or just that specific point?
I was overwhelmed with how awesome it all was, except for when they lost we lost 17. And it's just because when these characters go, it means a lot. And I want them to be sent off in a meaningful way. I think we all do. So for me, I was bummed, but I almost need to rewatch the episode because of what you guys are talking about. I didn't get a good understanding of what I was seeing.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I forgot now. Basically,
well, what'd you take away from that?
So my only problem with it was I understand the physics of it. I understand why. He had a block. Essentially, him exploded himself, ricocheted the blast off the rocks, and also exploded the rock underneath so they could fall down.
Yeah.
So I get that.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The issue I have with it in this episode, basically, I feel like they sometimes have cheap plot, cheap writing, and then they'll do something like this to where we lose a character to make you feel like the Tournament of Power was a meaningful arc.
Yeah.
And that's what feels cheap, and that's what I don't like about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Spot on how I feel too. Yeah.
I agree.
How many episodes did we spend on Brienne and universes are getting erased and all this, and it's
now we're rushing the good part.
Now we're rushing the good parts, and two, it's just that they purposely built him up to kill him just so we feel something.
Yeah.
It feels like we're being trolled.
Yeah, it feels it's not about being trolled. It's just about they're trying to find ways for meaning, and so by doing that, in order to find meaning, they just will kill the character that they built up to make you feel this was emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a pretty feels line at the end there. You know, and they really did build him up, and that's why it was getting more and more obvious it was going to be him when he was doing all that sass talk and got him all got Jiren all pissed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they did the same thing, that they built it up just to be and then the line of that feels very human, or whatever
that was nice,
last line. I feel
nice
it was
line.
just okay.
That's great.
That was a great line. Don't get me wrong. Everything that he was saying was awesome. It was just I don't know. I feel like it's just a cheap ploy to make us feel emotional, and also too, the power levels were so inconsistent.
Yeah.
You brought that up
throughout the entirety of the episode, throughout the entire episode, there was so much awesome action happening. I was loving it, but the whole time I felt like something was off because there was just little inconsistencies, like you're mentioning. Like
17 shouldn't be as powerful as he was. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love that this whole 17 arc that they gave us, but he shouldn't be hanging with Goku and Vegeta, because if he is, then that just negates how powerful the Super Saiyan God Blue transform Ultra Instinct whatever is, how powerful they are. It just undermines all that.
I feel like they tried. What they should have made it more clear is that, and I feel like they hinted to it in another episode, where basically they were saying like, he has unending energy, but it's not the same level. That's why he kept kind of doing like blast, 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 and like hiding behind something black. So they're kind of made the excuse. The only reason he lasted that long is though his shots weren't as powerful.
Well, he was being clever.
Yeah,
he was being very, very clever and strategic. Yeah.
Also, too, like, I know that they have to. Obviously, Universe 7 isn't erased. We know this because Super happens before the end of Z. So they just confine the Dragon Balls and wish him back.
Yeah.
Also, too, like, I think that's my problem, too, is, like, they're faking emotion when we know that we can just wish. Unless it's the whole if you die in the void. Because I thought it was if you're already dead and die in the void, you can't come back.
Unless, what if Jiren does win, but then he's the one who wishes back all the other universes?
I could see that happening.
Maybe, because they didn't say what his wish was.
Yeah. That's true. Oh yeah, so let's go into that, because obviously the big takeaway from this episode is the 17 death and all that jazz. But we got the Jiren flashback, which was kind of cool. I mean, it was kind of like you're run of the mill, like it's like you're run of the mill.
A more token story.
Yeah. He lost his family to an evil doer.
Evil doer.
It actually felt almost parody-esque.
Yeah.
You know, like
they were even pulling some of the same moves. Like his teacher did the same thing that Piccolo did. Like the same, like.
That didn't bother me, because that always feels like that was just a little tip of the hat. Like, you know.
That being said, I wasn't mad at the backstory.
It's fine.
It was cliche, sure, but you know what? Like, Jiren's an awesome character. I'm glad he has some kind of tragic backstory. I'm glad we get something. I was afraid that we weren't going to get any reasons for why he is who he is.
He was just going to come and go.
I mean, I still feel like we don't really know why he is as good as he is. He's just a tragic figure now.
It didn't bother me. I didn't love it. I didn't really anything. I was just like, I'm happy we got something. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think now that I think about it,
I didn't really like the flashback, man.
I feel like him being mysterious.
We were having some amazing fights. Like we were seeing some energy blasts we've never seen before. We've seen like different strategy that we've never. It was getting like so climactic, and then it was like, and then in my past, I was hurt by an evil dude. You know, just like this.
Also, how long did it take in real time for the clown dude to tell that story?
Oh yes, that was hilarious.
Like we have I can understand why they're moving so fast, and that's why, you know, the time we talked about it 100 times.
At least like a minute.
Yeah. So like a minute of this tournament, he's like, "Wait, everyone.
Yeah,
let me tell you a story."
The time is almost as inconsistent as the power levels, you know, with like the abilities of each character, and it was like. That felt like a narration that the viewer was hearing, but it wasn't necessary, or at least the people on the stage was hearing. But do they have like a megaphone? It felt almost like he was like, "Hey guys, time out. Let me tell you a little backstory.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
everyone.
Let me talk about how Jiren got to this moment."
Definitely heard it.
So did Vegeta. Vegeta's got one eye open.
Goku was looking. It looked like they were pinned down by gravity, and Goku's like, "You hearing this crap?"
Yeah.
Hey, Vegeta!
You're boring ass shit. Let me tell you about my past. You'd be like, oh, Jiren be like, goodness.
I think now that I think about it, though, I wish they wouldn't have given us Jiren's backstory. If that's all it was.
It's better that it would have been mysterious. Because now are they also hinting that, not that he's a bad guy, but like, he doesn't actually care. He's just here for justice is strength, and strength is forgiveness.
Yeah. Wait.
And also, are we gonna get to see this evil doer?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Well, and it's kind of that Joker thing. Like when you get a backstory from the Joker, it takes away from the magic of the character, because the whole time you're like, why is he so
scary.
evil?
Yeah. Makes it less scary.
Yeah. Should we rate this?
Oh yeah. Right. I'm teetering between, because the fights were so good. Like 2/3 of it was so good, and that last third, you're like, what?
I'm gonna say this is extremely detrimental to the story, and also like they've built Jiren up, and I get that he's strong, but like he hasn't had to endure really. Like, Future Trunks has endured way worse.
Yeah, Vegeta's endured way worse.
All right, so Rita, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it again, and this is the fights were cool. 17's sacrifice was cool.
Yeah.
But because of how detrimental this is to the overall story and the hype, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Whoa!
I have a low one.
Okay.
You know what though? I get it. Man, honestly, like, I get what you're saying. However, at this point, like, you just kind of have. That's what this is at this point. So you just kind of have to roll with it. The thing I didn't like about this episode, the more and more I think about it, is I don't like the whole Jiren's backstory. I'm cool with 17's death. That makes sense to me now that we've kind of talked about it. I'm okay with all that. I'm gonna go 5 star. Because there was some really cool stuff, man. The fighting, getting to see 17 fight with these two guys, like, super cool. Frieza had a cool moment, like a lot of cool stuff. 17's big sacrifice. I'm gonna go 5 star.
Yeah, I don't really have anything new to add from what I've already said. I think I need to rewatch it, and maybe I'll feel a little better about it. But overall, not happy with it. I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I'm actually in complete agreement. 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Cool stuff, man.
Reasons. Yeah, because it's just like it was like a 6, and then we kind of got derailed.
Yeah.
And then and I was like,
Yeah, one thing that it just sucks because when you get great action, that kind of builds you up. It puts you on this this high that you're thinking this is going to be the best episode ever. But it's always comes back to the story. When you take a dip in the story, it just can wreck a great episode. So.
I agree. I think this episode hurt this whole series quite a bit.
Well, especially this arc.
Yeah.
They built Jiren up to be this, mysterious backstory. And I know we're doing Q&A later, but I just want to point to something Zaffy had said. But Jiren had no one, no teacher, companions, parents, but Future Trunks endured stuff, but Jiren's loss was way more. Trunks' whole timeline was erased.
Yeah.
Everybody he knew died.
Yeah.
And so, we have characters in our universe that go through way worse than that, but yet they're trying to pretend Jiren losing his parents and, his teacher and companions is, something that is unusually bad.
Yeah, that's not new to us. That's kind of almost everyone's arc in a way. That's Goku's arc. That's Vegeta's arc. That's everything. So that doesn't surprise me. It was a run of the mill backstory. That was why it was my least favorite thing. If that's all you're gonna do,
then don't tell us at all.
Then don't tell us at all.
Yeah, what we needed to understand is why is he as powerful. They didn't explain why he's as powerful as he is.
He had a good teacher?
Yeah,
because that's the other thing, is that now is he the mortal that's more powerful than a god?
No, that was Vegeta for sure, right?
No, guys. So, Jiren is more powerful than Belmod, his god of destruction.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. So in the manga, it's actually... So remember how Beerus got in an arm wrestling match with another god of destruction and he lost?
Yes.
And so that's what Whis is saying. The mortal's more stronger than a god of destruction, and that god of destruction beat Beerus, right? So that was an arm wrestling match, but not an actual fight. In the manga, that's Quintella, the little rat guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I guess in the anime, that's Belmod. So Jiren was stronger than Belmod. But Belmod is not stronger than Beerus. Yeah. Got it? Good?
Sure. But all I was saying is that Topo in the last episode was
not a god of destruction yet.
But he had the power.
Let you know. They let us know.
Okay.
A lot in the comments that he was not a god of destruction yet.
Hey,
you idiots!
All right, so since we've kind of expressed where we stand with the episode, why don't we jump right into the Q&A and just start talking and having a dialogue?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So I saw a couple. We're seeing some ratings here. I see 3 out of 7s. I see 5s. Looks like everyone's kind of on the same page with it. It's kind of. Don't you guys think it's kind of I don't know. I can make peace with 17's death, but I just feel like we got Vegeta doing the supposed sacrifice self-destruct thing literally the episode prior, and then 17 does kind of the same thing, and
that's why for a second I thought it was gonna be a fake out. I was like, is he gonna
everybody's gonna do that?
JK, pow!
I did like seeing Frieza's kind of gold armor
we forgot to talk about the whole.
Well, it was all real quick.
One thing I was really hoping to see I didn't think it was going to happen, but it would have been almost cool if Jiren ends up killing one of the characters, and that was how we won.
Because he gets disqualified. He's too smart for that.
Well, I mean, with the power blast he's been hitting people with.
On accident, you mean?
He could kill them. I mean, he even made the comment, they're gnats. Yeah. He's like, they're gnats to me. So, you could accidentally swat too hard.
All right, so we have a couple people, both Spear and Magic Helmet and James Martin, asking, why is Frieza still in?
He's got some kind of
plot purposes.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious that they're trying to be like, forget about that. Like,
don't worry, that's Frieza.
What is that?
That's the thing that I guess it really frustrates me. It's like, I get it. When shows come to an end, there's always a little bit of a rush. But it's like, when you have 120, or what's it going to be in total? Like 130-something episodes?
Yeah,
so 131 episodes, like, you can predict the end is coming.
Yeah.
You can start wrapping things up in a nicely packaged way. Yeah. You shouldn't rush the last 4 episodes.
All right, so DC says, what happened to Jiren being all about seeking that which lies beyond strength? Yeah, that's another thing, like, why I didn't like this episode, because the plot hole of, like, what Jiren wants now, it all is kind of, like, not consistent with what they've been saying all leading up to this. Like, now he's kind of like, I'm looking for forgiveness and everything and strength. But, what?
And the Evil Doer.
And what? Like,
to find out badass Jiren and just want someone to, like, be sympathetic with him is weird.
But is that what he even wants?
I mean, maybe.
Like,
I don't know.
Like, he didn't trust the rest of his teammates, and he was just there he's just here for some reason. Yeah. Because strength is forgiveness and justice.
Yeah, you kind of wanted him to end up being someone that knew something that everyone else didn't. Because how do you get that strong? Like, you have to have something, you have to have some set of knowledge that no one else has yet.
Well, Belmont
Instead, he's just kind of a broken character.
Well, Belmont did say something like, that's enough about Jiren. So, like, I feel like Belmont knows something else.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
17 was like, you said something about, like, betraying his teammates or something like that. So, and then Belmont's like, that's enough. So I do wonder what he has planned. I don't know.
Also, have they addressed, like, many episodes back at this point, Jiren made some comment where I think he was talking to Goku, and he was like, oh, you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
Like, there was some underlying mystery going on.
It's because, here's what I feel like. They had a plan, and, like, they were going to go with a much longer story, and they got told they had to wrap it up.
Yeah, so now they're, like, scrambling. Agree. That makes sense.
Yeah.
They're just kind of sloppily like, well, we'll just kind of put it.
I wonder why that is, though, because it's not like Super's doing bad. Super's doing great, and they just released...
They need to take time off for the movie.
They need to take time off? Is it because they don't have enough animators?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, right on.
That is one thing that's easy to forget, that, like, when you watch official shows, you think, like, oh, they have a plan all the way through till the end.
Mm-hmm. Not necessarily.
And that actually is rarely the case.
Yeah.
Like, most shows you watch, they're kind of, like,
just
piecemealing it together.
Season, yeah.
I want it to come down to, like, Jiren, Vegeta, and Goku, they all do some crazy blast, and all of 3 of them, like, fly off the ring at the same time, and everyone's like, wait, what does that mean? They all went off at the same time. He went off first. They're all arguing, and all of a sudden Frieza stands up on the thing. Everybody's like, oh, wait! And Frieza's still standing there. And he kind of looks around all confused.
So SSJ2 Tarble says Jiren is playing everyone, which would actually be interesting. I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yeah, what would that mean?
Playing, in what way?
I don't know.
I saw... Anime John 2. In Super, which villain is your favorite? I guess I was going to say so far, but it's coming to an end, so...
Goku Black.
Goku Black, I think that's fair.
Yeah. Oh, out of everything.
Yeah, in Super.
Yeah, I guess Goku Black, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. Maybe Zamasu?
Well, same.
But I know, but, like, specifically, I thought he was cool.
Yeah, I guess Goku Black.
Yeah?
There was that I thought it was a fun throwaway episode where they, of course, Trunks and Goten, like, end up on that planet.
Yeah.
And then they come to rescue him, and there's that alien entity that if you touch it, it'll make a copy of you. And so Vegeta, like, had to fight Vegeta.
Yeah.
But then, like, he was fading away, so Goku and, like, the other thing, Vegeta, started fighting. I don't know. I like that.
Would Kefla count as a villain?
Ooh.
I'm going to go Kefla.
Nice. She's awesome. That's a good choice.
All right. Joshua Pineda says, he has a question for everyone, and I actually want to know this too. He says, can 17 be wished back since he died in the world of the Void? So that was my question too, because I didn't know if you're already dead. Because I know, like, so say Frieza dies because he's already dead, then he can't be wished back because, like, you're dying twice.
Right.
But I don't know if it's just that or if you can't be wished back at all, even if you're not dead. So if you guys know, let us know.
Did they mention that?
I think it's going to be a yes
once.
for sure, but they just need to explain it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it could be another one of those things that they set something up larger and they're like, oh, wait, never mind, it's actually over here.
Right.
Giorgio Mosley says, do you think Frieza will be the next one to go? At this point, it's fan service as to why he is alive.
I couldn't agree more. That's really all I got.
You think it's fan service?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's definitely going to be, because the show is kind of written off fan service, we know it's going to be Goku and Jiren fighting at the end.
It has to be at this point, I guess. Or it's going to be Ultra Instinct Gogeta fighting Jiren, like I done said.
Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of rooting for that again because now, like, whatever I thought was going to happen isn't. So why not?
Give me Ultra Instinct Gogeta. Make Gogeta canon.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I want it.
Yan Piano Wa Piano says, do you know Gogeta's not canon? Stop hoping he'll appear.
Listen, Yan Piana Wa Piana. They're going to make him canon.
We got Phantom JM just gave us a super chat. It says, love you guys. You're the best. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
I really appreciate that. Thanks, man.
It's the best. I love coming here and like being able to chat with you guys about this.
I know, it's so cool. Well, yeah, whether it's a good episode or not, it is just awesome.
The highlight, for sure.
So Xavier Hickson says, why is Jiren playing around? He can kick them off, or says he can't kick them off one by one at max power. Like, so he should be able to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's again like why maybe he does have some. Maybe now they made the person with the thing up their sleeve, Jiren.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's exactly what I started feeling like at the midpoint of this episode is, as awesome as everyone looks right now, he could just whack them with the back of his hand and eliminate them.
He's got to have some reason.
Well, okay, here's how they could redeem this. Belmont was lying and gave a fake backstory, so no one would know Jiren's true backstory. And
they're really going Joker mode.
Yeah, right.
I'm just joking. I don't think that's. I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But
either.
I'm saying that's how they could redeem what happened and why maybe Jiren would have something.
Jiren wants their help to defeat the Evil Doer, says Max Sales, and I kind of agree. What if Jiren's like keeping him around as a way to lure out this Evil Doer? Like maybe there's something going on behind the scenes Jiren knows about. And he's keeping them around to maybe use them against this evildoer fella. Maybe it's the two creepy little kids.
Yeah.
There was the evildoer. Or their angel guy. Don't.
What if Jiren is recruiting? And this is why he likes Vegeta. What if they're going to get to the end of this and he's going to be like, look, all things aside, here's the deal.
Dad.
Here's the thing. I'll eliminate myself as long as you wish me back.
Yeah.
And whenever I come back, I want you to, I want to recruit you.
I want you to put on these red tights. We got a spot for you on the team. We've seen you in blue. Let's see you in red. Let's see. Belmont be like, you want to hear how Jiren got those scars?
Well played.
Excellent.
That's great. Max Sales says Jiren wants her help to defeat the Evil Doer. I mean, is the Evil Doer really that powerful, though?
Yeah, because wouldn't they still be dealing with that now? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the Predator.
It kind of feels to me like they set that up and they like purposefully didn't show like any sort of form, what he looked like or anything. They made him this entity, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like he's going to play a bigger role. Like they said that for a reason and they called him the Evil Doer and didn't give you any sort of...
Yeah, but he would be existing in Universe 11 and the Pride Troopers would have been fighting him.
Yeah. We would have seen like...
I don't know.
Every time we went to that planet,
I'm not going to say it's going to be smart how they do it. I just feel like...
Jiren versus Ruthann. Fight. It's funny.
Aim for the neck.
Oh no!
So Milo Wolfe says, "Isn't suicide against the rules? Isn't suicide against the rules for bringing someone back, or did Dende change that, or not? Will they have to choose between bringing 17 back or Universe 6 back? Well, what if the wish is just bring everyone? If the state of every universe was the same before the Tournament of Power or something like that.
Yeah, like bring everyone who was lost in the Tournament of Power back.
Or just have something like that,
Yeah,
or
just
like
time
revert. No, revert to
want...
how things were.
Yeah.
What if it's a situation where it's like, okay, look, we can bring people back, but we can't bring entire universes back. So they end up bringing everyone back, but it's all in Universe 7. So
that's
now
such a cool idea in a
right?
way, man. I've been saying that for like 6 months.
I don't like what you're doing right now. There's a camera on us.
Because I just said, because they built up all those characters,
Sure,
right?
right.
So, like, we want to see Kefla and all, like, Kale, all of them again.
Right.
So we'd all have to kind of, and hit.
I think we're both right.
I think so,
Go
too.
us.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the next question?
The next one.
How about Rowan Wills, 77? Do you think Universe 7 would win if Frieza would make Jiren so mad that he would mistakenly kill him? I don't know if Frieza is selfless enough to pull that move, and like you said, he's already dead, so if he died again, he runs the risk of not coming back.
Jiren also doesn't seem like that emotional. Like,
yeah.
Frieza was like rabid.
Yeah.
This
That was
episode.
really interesting to see him that way. We hadn't seen him like that in a while. Like,
not since
ever, right?
not since when he was on Namek, he started losing his cool.
Yeah, you're
especially
right.
towards the
Yeah,
end.
you're totally right.
But that's not the Frieza we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Ooh, Brandon Aguilar says, what if 17 can be wished back as a human? I don't know, I kind of like him having powers and stuff, though.
I mean, and also the incentive of being an android is just so cool. Never, like, a limitless supply, like, of energy.
It'd be such a bummer.
Would be.
You're like, can I just die now? Because this sucks.
17, we brought you back, and guess what, buddy? You're human now.
Oh,
man.
Great.
Let's see. Jared Bell says, if the Tournament of Power was a few hours long, it's actually 48 minutes long, Jiren's backstory could have been one full episode. I agree with that. The backstory wasn't great. Everything else was dope. Yeah. I mean, we had how many episodes of Rebrand? My God, so many.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk
82,
about it.
I think.
82,
Is the exact number?
Yeah.
What are we at? 2 minutes left?
They didn't say.
Yeah, I didn't see this time.
They didn't say. That's
Did
what we
they
were
not
talking
say?
about. Like, the Belmont talked forever.
Are you sure they didn't say? I think they said 2 minutes. Maybe I'm crazy.
I mean, it's something like that. I mean, we can assume if they didn't,
they're at
it's
least
something
close to that, right?
Yeah.
That's so silly to me.
Someone said, do you think the Goku versus Jiren fight will end up in a draw? There's only a couple minutes left.
It seems like something they would do.
Yeah, it seems like maybe Vegeta is the next one to go, and then they are just fighting, and we have to get rid of Frieza too, but...
Yeah.
I'm seeing a couple people bring this up, and we briefly mentioned it. The title of next week's episode, spoilers, cover your ears if you didn't read it and you want to avoid it. 3, 2, 1. Vegeta falls, and do you think that's like a trick, or do you think
in love?
it's a whole episode about his relationship with Bulma?
Yeah. Real quick, a few people are saying it did say 3 minutes or less.
Oh, cool.
3 minutes.
So
Okay,
that's good to know.
But do you think that we're gonna lose Vegeta? I don't think that we're gonna lose him.
I do.
Yeah.
They're not clever enough. Every time they say final fall, for the most part, that means.
Well, and they really did.
I'm gonna guess I think he'll live another episode.
I don't think we're gonna lose him.
I
mean, I see why you would think that, but I'm at least maybe I'm just being hopeful. I'm hopeful that that's not the case.
Yeah.
You
For
know.
a second, I thought it was gonna happen this episode.
Oh,
Because
really?
remember, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, no, don't say it, don't do it, no, don't. But because it follows the same thing that we've seen every time, is that after a character does their big, most awesome moment, they fall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the next episode or whatever.
Let's see. We have a Sassy Pants here, Rogue Reaper, Sassy Pants. You heard it here, guys. Apparently, Superman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter are all dull characters because they are all characters whose pasts are marred by a tragic past. Ooh. Yeah, definitely not what we said.
Don't really know how to address that.
But
Here's the thing: Batman and Superman have been around for forever. They're kind of the originators of that kind of backstory, and people have played off of it so many times since then that when it comes to someone like Jiren, who's such a new character, you would hope they would come up with something different than a trope we've seen like 100 times over.
Well, it's not that it's like about it being a tragic backstory. It's like we've spent like how many hours like building up. Like, number one, he's the most powerful person. He's more powerful than a god. Like, they've set him at a level that's so high that the backstory doesn't justify the power level.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
The backstory didn't move the story forward at all.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
Except to set up this Evil Doer. I'm telling you, that's why that was brought up. Someone had something cool too. They said, "Oh, it's Brandom again." Says the Evil Doer Belmont ? I don't know how they'd get there, but that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So SSJ2 Tarble says, manipulating Belmont by forcing him to make his wish with the Super Dragon Balls if he wins, using the Pride Troopers of some of Heroes for Hire, and ultimately doing what it takes to find the Evil Doer, is what Jiren kind of, that's what he's suspecting Jiren wants.
Wants to manipulate, he's manipulating Belmont. I mean, 17 did say, you know, like, oh, you're just using these people. I mean, maybe. They've been showing us more and more of Belmont and having Belmont, you know, talking more. So, I mean, it leads me to believe that he might have something coming up, because they tend to, like, focus on a character more that's, like, been in the back as they get closer to some, like, arc or some reveal with that person, you know, kind of forcing them to the forefront of your mind.
What are your guys' predictions?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm at a total loss. I don't really know
at this
what
point,
to expect anymore. I feel like everything that's going to happen is going to almost have to feel random.
Yeah.
So...
Also, too, like, it's not like Goku was the one to initiate the Tournament of Power. Like, it's not like Jiren...
had this planned before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's true. That's a good point.
Or did he? Did he know Goku's character?
Because Jiren can not only do everything we've seen him do, he can read minds and see the future. So he's real strong. He had a good teacher.
Max Sales, apparently not good enough to not die.
Yeah.
Max Sales has a good, interesting idea. He says, is the Evil Doer Goku black?
Yeah.
It was, his aura was pink-ish.
Wait. How would that happen? How would that work out?
Well, Goku black... Well, okay, first of all, that story has so many plot holes in it, too. Like, also true. That you could just say... And that makes sense, because I might have to do a whole video on it sometime. But that whole thing doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've just ignored the plot holes in the Goku Black arc
just
because
it was so cool.
I know. That's
you're
one
right
arc
there,
that I really, as soon as like this finishes, I'm like, that's the arc that I'm gonna first go back to rewatch, because that was really good.
Yeah, okay, briefly, Zamasu/Goku Black had to be in the future timeline for Goku to seek out. For him to go with Whis to Universe 9 with that Kai to find Zamasu, right?
Right.
So Trunks had to come back and initiate that, but the only reason Trunks came back was because Goku Black was already in his timeline. So that inciting incident would have never happened to make Goku go seek out the Universe 9 Kai.
Yeah.
Then creating Zamasu to be Goku Black. You see what I'm saying? So he would have...
No.
Goku Black already existed in the future timeline. The only reason Goku went to Universe 9 to meet Zamasu was because the future timeline was already being ravaged. And that incident of Goku going there and fighting him is what created Goku Black.
Okay. But I just thought of something. Because... No. I was like, but he was able to travel back while he was... No.
Someone break out the whiteboard. We gotta draw this out.
It gets messy. Time travel is always a problem.
But
you guys let us shoot us some other questions if you want us to get to them before we're done here.
Also, Vinyak Chavin says, no, Jiren is not from Universe 11, which that makes sense. That could be a thing. He could be.
Oh, he's not actually from that universe?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
All right, well, we'll see.
Maybe he was from like universe to universe or something. I don't know.
What?
That's
Mom?
embarrassing.
Mom?
Not now.
Let's
I'm a
see
professional.
here.
A couple people are saying that they think that Belmont's the Evil Doer.
Oh, we got a super chat from Cedric Plays. He says, don't think Jiren's story is fully told. I love this episode. Well, thanks for the super chat, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you.
that. And, I think that there's obviously definitely more because he's stopped, he stopped Belmont from talking.
You know, with that said, that's the thing, like, our criticism, or at least my criticism of Jiren's backstory, I do think it's a little bland, but I also am aware we didn't get the whole thing, and I am still curious about I love the character of Jiren, so I hope that there's more, and that we'll get more, and that it's interesting, so I'm with you. I think he's cool. You know, I'd like to see what they do with him in the future episodes.
I think for me too, the reason I didn't like it was actually just the timing of the episode. Like it was like bam, 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 bam. Let's just talk about the past. And you're like, why? I was so pumped for a second there.
The pacing of it was kind of
I mean,
weird.
I think that's my frustration.
Yeah.
Because like as soon as it was like, in his past, and like you saw like the thing, I was like, oh, all right, I guess
Yeah.
we're doing this now.
It was that, and just the overall approach for me, where like again with everyone being able to hear it, it just felt like they were kind of trolling a little bit. It just felt like, what kind of choice is that
like,
everyone can
and he
hear
was, like,
this
talking
conversation?
Quiet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he wasn't like, and then
Using his theater
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
It's just like, I'm just chilling.
So you have to assume there's a megaphone.
Yeah.
But also too, like, I want to know like what conversation, like Jiren's so like not overly spoken. He uses very little words.
Yeah.
So like I'm having a hard time picturing this conversation between him and Belmod, where like he
Giving the
spills all
story.
these beans. Yeah.
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 It's over some late night martinis. One
Yeah.
night they had been out, handing out justice left and right, and they're
Ooh, I just realized something.
Jiren's a messy drunk. He's one of those people. He doesn't say much normally, but you get him drunk, that dude will not shut up. I gotta tell you,
Oh my god.
he gets really emotional.
I want to do a sketch now with drunk Jiren.
Drunk Jiren.
That's
Excellent.
actually a good sketch.
Right.
Okay, so I just realized something important. Belmod says in this episode, Jiren's like thirst for strength or whatever is what I sought out.
Mm-hmm.
Or like something kind
Yeah,
of along those lines.
Yeah.
Which could definitely, I think, mean he's not from Universe 11, and also that there's something else going on, like if Belmod sought him.
What if Jiren's actually from our universe?
I feel like we would have
And
run into the
Jiren knocks
evil
everybody off, and they're like, all right. But
Well,
they
no,
erase
that
it.
doesn't matter because we know that either Beerus or Champa wasn't from the correct universe because they're twins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but Champa got erased anyways. So even if he was originally from Universe 7,
Yeah.
he still got erased.
Because he, signed up as universe whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see here. Oh, so many. Guys, these comments are going really fast.
But keep them coming.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Keep 'em coming.
Just if we don't get to one, just give us time because it's hard. They go so fast for us. So Dragonfist 101 says, what I'm not understanding is how we are over 20 plus episodes in Tournament of Power and everyone is forgetting about the crucial fact that Yamcha is still waiting for his invitation. Why are you not talking about this?
He's just sitting at home
Oh,
with
poor
Poir.
Yamcha.
Just like,
Well, the good thing it's been 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not waiting
yeah,
that
that's
long.
true.
Any
Oh
minute
my
now.
God.
Watch
Any
the
minute.
finale is Yamcha somehow
Saving the day.
gets the Tournament of Power and saves the day.
Oh, yes.
So also
That would be them trolling.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
right.
hard.
Alcides Nino says Jiren is from Universe 11. Everyone that says he isn't is stupid.
Thank you for
Okay.
that very adult. You
Well, let's
stupid.
be nice. No need to name call.
Yeah.
But
But you're right, they're so stupid.
someone else, I can't find the comment. It went too fast. But someone said that Jiren is the first time traveler or something, so he's the most powerful person.
Oh man, no more time
It's a
travel.
prediction. It's a prediction.
No more time travel. My brain can't handle it.
The doctor shows up in the TARDIS. It's like, what's on?
Honestly, that's kind of one of the things that's it's one of the more fun things about Dragon Ball, in general, and the worst things is speculation.
Yeah.
Honestly,
True.
half
Yeah.
of the fun of watching Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, or Super is
What's gonna happen?
yeah, you're always predicting what's next,
Yeah.
but then it gets kind of out of control. Like time travel and Jiren, there's no real basis for that theory.
Anime John 2 says, I hope that once the Android fan art is finished that you would like it. I love that you guys acknowledge my comments and that makes my day. You're awesome.
Oh, you're
thanks.
awesome.
Anime
Yes.
John 2, you're awesome.
Yes, send the art. We will probably love it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Rogue Reaper says, now if Jiren was stronger than the angels, that's when we should all call bullshit. Yes, definitely.
What was it? What was it?
If Jiren's stronger than the angels.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I said.
yeah.
Nope. Sounds like a bullshit
Gotta
button.
draw a line here.
Let's see. Who's someone we haven't got yet?
Giorgio Mosley, you were adding someone. You mentioned you guys are talking about 18's reaction to 17 about to off himself. That really was pretty sad. Despite
Yeah.
all the criticisms, I was like, oh, God, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Let's see. EB11224 says, what happens if time runs out and Goku or Jiren are the last two standing? Does it end in a tie? Is there a sudden death match? That's a good question.
That is a good question. That has never been, I feel like that would be my first question if they're like, oh, the
You
tournament
both
power goes like
win.
this. I'd be like, so what if there's just 1-1 and the time runs out? But that was never brought
Overtime.
up. Yeah.
Round 2.
Ready.
16 more episodes.
There was a really good one that came through, but I can't find it again. But they mentioned, someone said, didn't the android self-destruct bomb get removed several years ago?
After the Cell Saga.
Whenever they made the wish with the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they'll say, oh, self-destruct is different than the bomb.
Yeah, it's not the bomb.
Yeah,
it was like
you're
what
right.
Vegeta did. He just doesn't have the power to withstand it like Vegeta did, maybe.
But have they ever covered that though? That they can do that?
Honestly, we gotta hold it. The androids, you gotta kind of just glaze over it and let it happen, because honestly, you can't think about it too much, because they're organic tissue, yet they're also able to self-destruct. It just gets weird. Just enjoy it.
I have no problem with it. My problems with this episode were never based around Android 17. He can do no wrong.
Moonhunters NJ has a funny proposition. If everyone is wished back to their previous state before the Tournament of Power, then do we have to redo the Tournament of Power? Which
just
would be
stay on
like a
loop.
perpetual cycle of
Yeah.
Tournament of Power.
But at least we're all alive, right, guys?
Goku would be like, oh, that was fun. Let's do it again.
That's funny.
And do a
One
few
more
more.
move.
Yeah, let's do a few more.
Oh, what about this? Let's see. Dead Toast 15. Do you think Super will end on a cliffhanger considering the short amount of episodes left? I don't think so. I think they'll try to at least wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because they haven't announced if it's a hiatus or if it's like
They said it's ending.
ending.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not they can't end on a cliffhanger then. They'll probably try to tie it in with the ending of Z and like Oob and all that, and then hopefully maybe we get another series in like a year or two after the film comes out. You know?
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel like we're all like so bummed. We're like, I don't care.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's just so open ended. We're all kind of
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, it's hard to speculate when you deviate from, a rational outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
So-
might be wrong, but I think actually Dragon Ball Super has more episodes than Dragon Ball.
Does
I think Dragon
Interesting.
Ball was like 126, 24
Oh,
episodes.
really? I thought there was like way more for some reason.
Z has a lot.
Z
but
is like
Dragon Ball.
260 something, I feel like.
All right,
That's a lot.
Shavin Ross is laughing that Ruthann's movements are so robotic.
I know. The neck
What'd
is
you
still
call
hurt.
it? Your Batman turn?
Yes. Yes. I can't. Yeah, my neck still hurts. I can't move it.
Let's see here. Damon Lynn says, didn't Vegeta say he would do anything to beat Jiren? I wonder if a fusion will happen. What do you think?
Let me tell you what I think, Damon. I think we're going to get Ultra Instinct Gogeta, and it's going to be Gogeta and Jiren in the big finale.
Okay.
I
That's
mean, if they're going to
Come
troll
at
us
me.
real hard,
I just don't
feel
understand.
like
Why is that so, like,
It's possible.
out there for you?
because they want Goku to be the hero of this arc, especially if it's the end of Super.
yeah.
He would still be half of it.
Yeah, it could happen.
And they
I mean,
building
it
up
could,
based
it
on
could
what
happen.
we know,
I know.
It's not likely, but
It's
it could
not
happen.
likely.
It could happen.
it could. Okay,
Let
it could
Tyler
happen.
have this little moment,
It
all right?
could totally happen. I'm just saying, I really feel like they want Goku to be the hero
It's
Oh,
on
never
his
mind.
own. What?
I was going to say, they made a big stink early on about the earrings and stuff, and then we never saw anything of it, but then I remembered Kefla and all that jazz. They used earrings. They probably
That's
won't
the only
revisit
reason I guess so. Like, it's kind of the reason I think it's somewhat possible is because they've acknowledged the earrings.
that. Yeah. But I want
mean,
Gogeta, not
we'll see.
Vegeta.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
I know he's not canon, but he could be.
Terror of Fractal says Tyler for president. And,
You don't want to live in that world, I assure you.
Michael Malone says, big fan of you guys. I have more of a statement than a question, and that is Jiren is so strong, it doesn't make sense for him to get beat. First of all, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you.
that. And,
Man.
and yeah, the power levels in this episode to me were pretty inconsistent, and it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense that, like, Goku and Vegeta shouldn't be, like, hanging with him at all, or, like, even be able to, like, fly around and try to punch him. He could literally just knock them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it didn't bother me that they were fighting. It just bothered me that they're not acknowledging. Like, we know that he could just wipe him out. So, like, I guess they kind of addressed it with the Nat comment, but it's just why? Why are we like making another episode out of that?
Yeah.
Sawgunner says, I think Vegeta's gonna snap like Goku did when Krillin died on Namek. and he will be the god of destruction and the hero of this arc. It's Vegeta's time to shine.
Agreed.
I wish.
Yeah, that would be great.
We all want. That's what we all want. We just.
They gave him Topo. They're not going to give him Jiren.
Yeah,
he's not going to get
agreed.
both, except in the form of a fusion.
Oh, Milo Wolfface says.
Oh, I
seen...
read it.
What was it?
Come on.
He says Vegeta has seen the dance in canon, so he knows how to do it. Time would not be a problem.
He wouldn't have to worry about the 30-minute time limit.
Yeah, can you imagine Vegeta actually initiating that conversation?
Kakarot!
I have a plan!
I have a plan, but I'm going to need you to dance.
Now I definitely want it to happen.
So we have a really sad question from Elena Kurt. He says, what will happen to 17's island?
All those animals are dead.
18 will take care of it for him as like a way to stay close to her brother.
I'll tell you what's going to happen to the island.
He's going to get wished back.
He's going to keep taking care of them.
Yeah. we know how this works.
I mean, maybe we're not certain he'll get to come back because at the end of Z, you don't the 17 thing. It wasn't really touched on at the end of Z like it was in this. Other than actually, that's not true. Is it the end of Z where we got that quick shot of 17 at the very end in the forest and all that? Was that the end of Z?
No.
I don't recall that.
Yeah.
I feel like they
I know
showed
what
him.
moment you're talking about, but I think it might have happened during Super.
Was that Super?
Yeah.
Someone just real quick. Someone mentioned here. Where was it? Do you think Jiren is recruiting fighters? I think that's we were kind of.
Time.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible.
That'd be one reason that he's so obsessed with like how like Vegeta's treating this.
Well, that's
whole
what.
thing.
Yeah, Donnie said that earlier. But I don't think he has time for that arc unless it's just like a thing. That's what I was gonna do. But
Yeah.
So maybe.
Well, what do you mean he doesn't have time?
Well, we only have like 4 episodes left. He doesn't have time to.
Oh, right. To like later on go fight the Evil Doer or whatever.
Yeah, like he might say that was my plan, but I don't see how that. I mean, but maybe at this point, no one knows.
Like someone more powerful than the Grand Priest?
Is it the Grand Priest?
I don't know why he would come to like little Hudson villages though. Seems like he would have more stuff.
Maybe he's an asshole.
It sounds like one.
I know people like that, man. They smile to your face. They look like little angels, but you turn your back on them for 1 second, they be doing evil.
Let's see. Real Talk says, what is Jiren's wish? Should anyone catch it, or are they still hiding it from us? They're hiding it from us, but they did let us know that he's not looking to like bring people back from the dead or make things how they were before or find forgiveness.
Yeah.
A second ago when we were trying to figure out where 17 popped up, they were saying mid Kid Buu fight, he was one of the people that gave energy to the spirit bomb. That's when they showed him again. That's what it was. Right. So real quick to go back to that then.
We know he's not coming back.
He may not, because we don't.
We know. Oh wait.
He may not come back
he
because
may not come back because
we don't see him after like the whole Oob thing at the very end. So he may legitimately not come back because we didn't see 17 again until GT, which
Yeah.
That'd
be hard to live with.
Doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't come back, but I mean,
he has to go.
It's up in the air.
Why don't we do just 2 more questions, and then we'll keep it moving, and we'll call it a night for this stream.
We'll play something. Real quick, Anna Neum says, I have a question. You can buy the whole DBS collection, including this saga, in Japan. Since this is on TV, why people don't buy the collection so they don't have to wait for the episode to be aired? I mean,
is the full collection out, or is it? Because usually what they do is they'll release up to a certain point. Like this tournament arc's a specific season of Dragon Ball Super, so they probably have everything up to the tournament arc, and then they'll release the tournament arc box set or whatever afterwards. I'm pretty sure.
It's not an option to buy here.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if it was an option in Japan, don't you think people it'd be all over the internet what happens?
Maybe.
If people would be able to see it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone would have leaked it at this point. There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody had to sign an NDA when they bought it.
Yeah, right.
Sawgunner asked, are you getting a kill tonight on Fortnite?
We'll see.
We're going to try. We're going to all do our best. We're going to introduce Tyler and Ruthann to Fortnite.
Yeah, we've never played. I'm excited.
I feel like we're all going to be here really late because you guys are going to be addicted.
I feel like both of them are just going to be way better right out the gate.
I'm not very good, man. You know what's so crazy? I used to be so good at video games, but I I haven't been playing the last couple of years.
Okay.
I lost all my skills.
All right, we'll do the last one. Real Talk says, awesome stream, guys. Great reaction, sub, and thumbs up. Keep it up.
Yay.
Thanks,
Sweet.
man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate that. This was fun. A little bit less excited tonight than other weeks.
It
Yeah.
still promoted
Yeah.
good discussion, though.
Yeah.
Like,
you know.
yeah.
that's what makes these,
Yeah.
fun. Is it opens it up for discussion. Not everyone's gonna like it. Some people are gonna, love a certain episode. Some are not, and you get good conversation out of it. So
Yeah,
I think it's
for
a win.
sure.
Still a win.
Yeah.
And
And
we
you
did get
guys
good
are
stuff.
awesome in the comments too. It's good to have a back and forth without being just totally like mean and hateful, because that's what makes these things fun.
Is
Yeah.
having conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yay.
And we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna hop on Twitch to play some Dragon Ball Fighters and some Fortnite. So if you guys wanna keep hanging out, join us over there. And
That's what we'll be.
otherwise,
Yeah.
we'll see you next
This
week.
is how we spend our Saturday
Yes.
nights.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right, guys.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Like, subscribe, thumbs up, notification bell.
Yeah. Tell all our friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Hey.